Jennifer, our next story takes us to the city of Perth, Amboy, New Jersey, which is like one of those towns that was like a joke, like Walla Walla, Washington and the old Bugs Bunny cartoons. On April 17, 2021, there was a group of a little more than a dozen teens who were riding their bikes through the street of Perth, Amboy. I mean, teens do this stuff, right? They weren't riding very safely, and we're going to get into that. The group was mixed race. They were white, they were Latinx, and black. They had an interaction with a police officer, and it was all fine. It was all positive. The kids even praised the officer, and then all hell broke loose. There's no other way to put it. The original video that's on the internet is 17 minutes. We're not going to show all 17 minutes because no one would be watching at the end of showing the 17 minutes. So what we've done is we pulled together about a 2.5-minute clip of that 17-minute video showing the good, the bad, and the ugly that we think shows all sides of this story. And then we'll talk about it a little bit more. And these really bizarre bike laws they have in Perth, Amboy. And Jennifer, I actually think this is really pertinent to Puget Sound and Seattle because people here, a lot of people want to see kind of similar laws passed.
Yeah.
We're chilling. They plotting. Yo, we're not going to the waterfront? Sheesh!
Yo, Matt over there hiding with his bike.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, no cap. I threw that 360. I thought I was dying, bro. We got 3 cops. They're gonna block us in. Go into the park.
Stop right there. Everyone stop right there right now. Stop right there right now.
We want you guys to have fun. We want you guys to ride your bikes. Nobody wants to take your bikes. It's a beautiful day out. All right? Listen, be careful. To have, yeah, I see you do. I'm just saying. You know, you guys are supposed to have licenses.
He's being chill, bro.
So look, I just want to give you guys fair warning. Guys, I appreciate you guys stopping. Thank you very much. Okay?
This is the last time I'm
That's all that. That's how you gotta handle business out here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, clap it up for him. Yeah.
What you mean? Damn, no, you ain't getting my shit. No.
Take their bike.
He just said no. What you mean? Wait, look, he got something different on from all y'all. He just said no.
Okay.
No, you're not getting my bike.
I advised 30 kids earlier today that they were not to be in the middle of the street.
got out.
I advised.
When was this?
I'm on one. You're not getting my bike.
I advised.
You ain't put not $1 in this bitch.
And your mom could come back and get it.
You ain't put not $1.
And your parents could come and get it.
You see $1? Did you put it all in this?
You know what? Take their bikes.
Wait, I'm not even doing anything. That's
Get out. Bro, what? I warned you guys about your bikes. You guys are warned.
Can I talk to you?
I gave you. You're gonna get
I just got out from my house.
Man, take my shit, cuz. You pissing me off, bro.
Get off the bike, you're gonna get arrested too. I just got out from my
I gotta get off, sir.
Okay, well, there's another situation that happened before you guys stopped.
from my house.
And your man is out of control over there a little bit, and you know you're gonna have to take his actions into consideration.
Over some bikes, but yeah, different.
Jennifer, there were white kids there. There were Latinx kids there. And whose bike did they grab first? Who ended up in handcuffs?
First off, why were they trying to take his bike?
Well, that gets into these goofy laws in Perth Amboy. I think you've asked the question. And Perth Amboy has some really onerous laws on bicycles. So we looked them up. If you're a patron, you have a link because we provide the show notes and all of our research to our patrons. If you're a patron, you have a link to the show notes and the laws in Perth Amboy for registering and riding bicycles. All bicycles and tricycles required to be registered within the city. There is no distinction. So if you have an 18-inch wheel tricycle for your 3-year-olds, that tricycle has to be registered. The annual registration fee is 50 cents. Application for registration must be submitted in writing to the chief of police using the appropriate form. Transfer of ownership or sale of all bikes must be reported to the chief of police within 5 days from the sale or transfer. You cannot transfer the registration tag from one bike to another. Bike riders cannot do any tricks or stunts. Bike riders cannot travel by inertia momentum, aka coasting. Bike riders cannot remove both hands from the handlebars. And before like people go, well, kids, off of my lawn. Yeah, you try riding a bike with the water bottle down there and you go get to the drink. You're gonna hold the bottle in this hand. You're gonna take your hand off the handlebar. When you're gonna pop that bottle up to open it, you're gonna put one hand back. Yeah, you just broke the law in Perth Amboy. Bike riders can only ride no more than one person in tandem. Now, as much as I agree with this law, could you imagine if they tried to pass this in Seattle?
No.
And we have Miss Personality, the female sergeant, that this is all diffused. The kids are happy. The police have spoken their piece. They should have walked away. Jennifer, how many times have we seen this? Where it's like, just walk away now. It's all good. Yeah. And honestly, the kids probably, look, I was a kid. If I just got reamed out by the cops, what am I doing? I'm going home.
Yeah. Yeah. My son would not stay in Perth Amboy because he does all of these things.
So these are all and this isn't all of them. Like, I'm not going to sit here and read the whole bike code of Perth Amboy, but these are all real laws. It's insane. So let's roll, because there's a part of this that a lot of the media hasn't covered, which is 4 bikes are confiscated, 1 kid in handcuffs. The kids go to the police station to try to get their bikes back.
All right, so we made it to the police station where our bikes are. See if I can scoop it right now. Hey, the gator is still on there.
Yes, sir.
You know that we told you guys to stay on the sidewalk.
I did not hear you. I was hiding in the front when you have the son in the back.
Okay. You guys know that you're going against traffic. It is for your safety. You think I want to be here taking bikes away? Like, this is so asinine. Like, we have so much better stuff to do with our time. We really don't want to be here. But we just stopped another group doing the same thing. We can't do this all summer, okay? And technically, if I wanted to be an asshole, is your bike registered with us? I don't have to give it back to you.
Okay, first of all, if you have better things to do, go do it. Like, then if you have better things to do and you're complaining that they didn't waste your time, you wasted your own time. Now, Jennifer, we got to unpack some of this because this goes into the Perth Amboy laws. She said, I told you to ride on the sidewalk. Jennifer, guess what Perth Amboy's laws say about riding on the sidewalks on many streets in Perth Amboy?
It's illegal?
Yes. She said that she could permanently confiscate their bikes. You heard, I don't want to be an asshole, but I could take away your bikes forever. I'm paraphrasing the forever part. The bike law expressly does not permit the confiscation of bikes if they are not registered in the city. They have to pay a fine to get the bike registered and they get the bike back. So the female sergeant doesn't even know the laws that she is espousing. And we see in that video that the young black man is being released out of jail at that point. The word is, as we understand it tonight, not charged. However, I say that with a grain of salt because as we understand it, they're technically a juvenile, and sometimes juvenile charges, they don't publish it. The police conduct as of Tuesday is under investigation by Middlesex County officials in New Jersey.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've seen in some time. Absolutely ridiculous. And to tell them she could keep their bikes forever, I had to walk up to my computer to listen to it because I couldn't hear it. Oh my God. Like, that is just some straight up petty shit. Straight up petty shit. We're going to arrest you because we don't like, I can't.
the comments are horrible on this story too, right? And it's like, for people, it's like, okay, so you never did anything stupid on a bike?
Yeah.
Growing up?
Like, they're teenage kids riding bikes. Like,
if you
everything.
Ever go, look, Mom, no hands on a bike? Guess what? You just broke the law in Perth, Amboy.
That's so absurd. It's so absurd. And the fact that they arrested somebody and then confiscated their bikes, like, literally, I'm sorry, honey, but do you not have anything better to do that you have to do this kind of stuff and then, like, threaten children that you're going to permanently confiscate their bikes like you're their parent? Come on.
And Jennifer, let's go over this, right? Because we have the, you should always comply. Let's not forget the, you must always comply crowd. Who was it that stopped? The black and the Latinx kids.
Yeah.
Who rode off and ignored it? The white kids.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
But go ahead, you tell me how there isn't systemic racism. Go ahead and tell me how this incident doesn't create generational trauma and taint the views of those black and Latinx, and to some extent, the white kids who rode off. You go ahead and explain it to me like I'm a flippin' child in the comments.
Oh, please. Please.
We would love to read it. All right, Jennifer, I think I beat that story to the ground. Let's do a little pause for the cause. We're going to go to our next story, which in some ways ties a little bit into the previous story.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hi, Malcontents. I'm David, the Malcontent, and I'd like to talk to you for a moment about supporting independent media. When you support us, you help us bring the before, during, and after. You help us defend the First Amendment. You help us amplify BIPOC and LGBTQIA voices, and you help us hold leaderships at a local, state, and federal level accountable. None of this would be possible without support by viewers just like you. When you become a patron for as little as $5 a month, you help buy technology, safety equipment, and help cover travel expenses so that we can continue to bring you news that you trust. If you can't become a patron, you can do a one-time donation on Venmo, and your dollars will go to the exact same causes. With your continued support, we can continue to amplify BIPOC and LGBTQIA voices while showing the truth on what is happening in the world around us. Once again,